Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric, and take that! Dahlia Hawthorne is guilty of murder. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? And why is your tie not sitting as straight as it was before? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice? Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. But what? But that's... That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Ms. Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No! Order! Order in the court! On behalf of Dolly, I object! Mr. Wright, control yourself! I won't let you bully her like this! Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. You're a simp, Mr. Wright. What? Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Fucking Christ, Mia! You're really telling him that she's too good for him when you're accusing her of murder? Just really hit him with she's out of your league. Damn. Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. She's not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is the bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Or a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Mia, are you alright? Oh, the defendant, he's getting away! Bailiff, hurry after him! Mia! Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so? That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no. What is it? The bottle necklace. Ms. Hawthorne's present. It's gone. Phoenix. Mr. Wright. You stole evidence from your own defense attorney in the middle of a trial. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. Look, I'm going to be completely honest. I knew this was coming. I wasn't sure if it was going to be during this trial, or if it'd be a repeat thing that, like, showed up later. That the necklace somehow got involved in, like, a second murder. But, I ate it. You... what? You ate it. I assumed he swallowed the necklace whole. It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first. But yeah. What kind of bits? Do you mean you snapped the heart and had the bottle as, like, 3 chunks? Or did you chew a glass fucking bottle? Phoenix, You better not have. What the? What? What is he doing now? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. He ate a bottle with trace amounts of poison in it. He may not die soon, but he's still going to be, not well. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallow may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Ms. Hawthorne, with my very life. That's a dangerous sentence, Payne. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Ms. Fay, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Ugh. Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Ms. Hawthorne has been cleared up, it really hasn't. I would like to... the trial? Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Ms. Fay. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. You washed the bottle out at some point, didn't you? And that's why you're not dead right now. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug Swallow, he was trying to tell Dahlia that Dahlia's a murderer. Yeah, I've read all this dialogue before, I don't need to do it again. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! She did it. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. Clutching his left hand? And your pills went missing around lunchtime. And you said you spend every lunch with Dahlia. She framed Phoenix from the get-go. You sick, twisted little redhead. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, the defendant is... Miss Fay, you tell him. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. Phoenix. Either you're guilty or she is, and I think we both know which one's true. Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too. With Mr. Wright's testimony, only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before. Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something she desperately wanted to get back, therefore... she was going to kill Phoenix in order to get the evidence, the necklace, back. Your Honor, that would be the defendant, Phoenix Wright. There's one person that was standing squarely in Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me? That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Ms. Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no one else it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Ms. Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Ms. Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met, like a shining attorney's badge. You mean, that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Ms. Hawthorne? It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Ms. Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your snivelling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge?
Ugh.
With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
Can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price being disbarred? Fucking worth it to catch a mass murderer.
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No. You'd better think it over carefully, Ms. Faye. Or should I say, Ms. Grey? Like, if I were to marry Christian from 50 Shades? No. As in you have grey hair because you're an old bit.
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible! You can't possibly! Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented.
But Your Honor, the One Piece manga and anime aren't finished yet. We don't even know what the One Piece technically is.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, just one piece of evidence, not one piece as the evidence.
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. Like Icarus, flying too close to the sun. Don't ask why I'm saving. I'm definitely not gonna save Scumness if I get the answer wrong. How would I get the answer wrong? She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. He took it after every meal. She stole the bottle at lunchtime, stole the poison. Doug and Phoenix had their talk, and she put the bottle in Doug's hands to frame Phoenix for that murder. But her original intent was to poison him using his cold medicine. And my camera battery has died. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Heh 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 heh. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right, she did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
Believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they search me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wondered which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Just daring a woman in a court of law. Yeah, that's real official process, Mia. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? Yeah, kinda. That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Huh? Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Why, yes?
I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. She just threatened me with revenge once she gets out of prison. And I suppose I'll see how that turns out, after I recharge my camera battery. And I'm back. And suddenly clean shaven. You see, this was fully intentional, because, I started the first episode clean shaven, but then because it was a flashback clip, I had the stubble, and as we're wrapping up the case and going back to the present, I'm clean shaven again. That's total. That's a lie. Objection against myself. The real reason is, that intro I recorded for the first episode, I initially had planned to upload that episode the day after the kind of, you know, meme explanation video I did. But I procrastinated a little bit, so it took a few more days. So I had to re-record the intro that I did, and in that time, I had since shaved. Which I did because, waiting for my camera's battery to recharge, I was just like, screw it, I'll come back to this tomorrow. Which it is, relative to where we were just at. Now you're caught up. It's finally all over. What are you talking about, Payne? I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. The hell are you talking about, Winston? I've shown so much evidence.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There, it's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Ms. Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? You see, yes? And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Yeah, my hair, it's flying off, my beautiful hair. Oh, no. Oh. I mean, I suppose it's not the first time that someone having a mental breakdown in this courtroom has caused them to lose their hair. But I'm pretty sure Sword always wore that toupee. We just annihilated Payne's hairline, I guess.
Mr. Payne, about Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Ms. Faye.
Yes, Your Honor?
Was it just me, or did you and Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or did not has no bearing on this case. Wait, didn't I literally admit to having met her once before? And it having to do with that previous case it was in? I'm pretty sure there was a literal line of dialogue about that.
Very well. Mr. Payne.
This can't be happening! It's a nightmare! It's like losing to my daughter!
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair.
Daughter? Hang on, I'm checking if those age ranges match up. Payne is 49. I don't actually have Mia's age listed here. I don't know if it's reasonable for the age range for Mia to be his daughter's age, but whatever.
Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true, my dear Dahlia.
Very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, an ace attorney.
What? But I haven't even passed the bar exam, Your Honor.
You will in like a month or something. But you're also not guilty.
I did it. I successfully did not cause a time paradox by getting Phoenix arrested.
This court is adjourned.
3:16 p.m. We started at 10, didn't we? There was a 20-minute recess in there, so this trial took a couple of hours. I can't be bothered doing the math.
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to
explode like Mount Vesuvius? Grossberg, holy shit. Seriously, go to a doctor, man. If you don't know what a hemorrhoid is, despite everything I've said already, inside your butt, the lining just filling with a little sack of blood. If those exploded, you would have so much goddamn blood loss. It would quite possibly, at least cause you to faint. Maybe not be deadly, but, you'd lose a lot of blood if the sack were to pop. Yeah. Please, Grossberg, see a doctor. Thank you, Mia! Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Oh, right, we did just get your girlfriend arrested. But we also proved that she never loved you. That really doesn't help either. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking... Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. Right. That's the only time you've seen the real her. Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But... out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. So you and Larry? Because you're kinda distant from Edgeworth at this point. So just Larry. Larry says you're more grown up than him. Which, I guess is true, but not the point. Ugh, what kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Ms. Fay, a lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and managed to save my friend. Until he left a, he left a resignation note that kinda sounded like a suicide note. But then he came back, so we're fine. And Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. And this music is a good sign of those memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Except for the fact Dahlia threatened that she would be back at some stage. I don't think we've seen the last of her. Mia is gone now, but even so, I can hear her in my mind. And when Maya channels her. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client, unless it's Matt on guard. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. And that is the end of Turnabout Memories. Ooh. I like this art. This, for those who don't know, is the next prosecutor we're going to be facing. A new character for us to have our good old back and forth with. And presumably, we'll get to meet him in the next episode. Bye.